Version 2.0.0 of Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
I'll probably be around for at least an hour or two, maybe more.
This is the first time I've ever hit this, so whatever introduction happens here is new to me. Oh, I also have to crank up the sound a bit.
I'll cover my eyes if it's spoilers.
So it loads into a new screen. This is good. This tells me that it's going to have multiple save slots. That's what I was worried about.
Kind of like Shovel Knight's DLC.
Maybe, I don't know.
I guess you could say. Like the Plague Knight and the other one.
Automate special enemy aggression, autosave function. The game will save automatically at certain points. And disabled's fine.
I think this is my favorite kind of DLC, where it's like a separate storyline. It's still like in the same engine, still in the same canon, but it's like it tries to set itself up as a separate game. I really like that.
Turn down the background music just a little bit. Game voice volume, battle narration. Alright, I think I'm good with this. Sorry, I turned up the menu music so I could try to hear it. Because this is absolutely going to have new songs that I haven't heard before. Like it so far. Let's do it. Hop into a new game. Normal. Sorry, the piano started going nuts here.
Smash the piano.
I like it.
Reminds me of Rhapsody in Blue, just a tad. That's a good thing.
All right. So I might talk and react a bit to scenes and stuff, but for the most part, I'm going to try to keep zipped during cutscenes.
The year was 3564. The 107th Indoline Praetor, Rhodalis, had sent an armed expedition against the country of Sia. Its capital, Amranta, fell overnight and sank beneath the clouds, along with the rest of the Titan. The destruction of Sia shocked all the nations of Allrest. Officially, the act was attributed to a military alliance led chiefly by Indol and the emerging power of Mor Ardain. In fact, it had been the work of one blade, the Aegis, a man known as Malos. Said to be the architect's word incarnate. Back then, neither Laura nor myself knew how closely his fate would prove to be tied with ours in the days to come.
Hi, buddy.
You're that eager to die? Then allow me to assist.
She's a badass. She just need a wolf.
There's no end to them.
And it's not just the Wolf and Ferret. Even the Balufo's caught up in it.
Laura, can you smell it?
Huh. Ugh, it stinks like...
That's new.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Blood.
Oh.
It's driving them crazy.
I didn't want to interrupt the scene, but like when scenes happen, you should probably turn up the stream volume. If you don't, there's voice acting.
Oh no, I did. Don't worry.
Okay, so the mechanics of this have apparently changed a bit from the main game, though I actually need to read the tutorials. Approach an enemy, press R to target. Okay, that's R. Enemy target to press A to draw weapons. With the weapon drawn, auto attack. Sure.
These guys should be no problem.
Laura's safety is my charge.
Every auto attack, your arc gauges will fill up. I know about this. Press the corresponding button to use the arc.
Never again.
Thanks.
She doesn't even have a weapon right now. She's just fisticuffing it.
Okay, I've heard a lot of weird anime in my times playing JRPGs. Balufo kind of caught me off guard in the dialogue. Just like they said it so earnestly, and it just sounds like a child trying to say buffalo.
If you use an art at the precise moment an auto attack connects, you cancel into it. I know about that one. Cancel arts into specials, and by unlocking certain nodes, it becomes possible to cancel arts into other arts. So this is part of what makes the combat feel good. Your moves actually get more power if you like time them to follow up from other attacks. So it's not really comboing since you can use them anytime, but you get big multipliers by doing it.
Is it vaguely like Mario RPG or nothing like it? It's not like time bits.
It's not based on when you when you attack. And see, Mario RPG, there's like you hit and then there's motion and then it hits the enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of like time. In fact, it is. It's timed hits.
Okay.
A team is composed of a driver and their blades. Level, EXP, HP, strength, ether, agility, dexterity, and luck stat are common to all members of a team.
I feel you.
So that was an art right there. If I recharge it and wait until I can cancel properly. See, this is the thing too. I don't know Laura yet, so I don't know what her timing's like. There we go. When you cancel, you get that blue ring. That's like you did a good.
Okay.
In battle, a team is split between vanguard and rear positions. The character in the vanguard is the attacker, and the rear plays support. You as the player directly control the vanguard. The rear will attack and provide buffs automatically. So this is what's new
Thanks.
in this expansion DLC, is that you can control both of them. But we'll get to that in a second. When you receive an attack, the damage you took will be displayed as a red bar, indicating recoverable. So they're treating this like a fighting game now, with support, with like your backup, and when you switch out, they can recover that HP back. So, indicating recoverable HP. This damage is healed by using a Vanguard switch. The recoverable HP will drain over time, performing Vanguard switches whenever you can and keeping your HP high is a key to victory. When your team's HP reaches 0, they'll be incapacitated. If you can't continue the fight, you'll be returned to the last landmark you passed without further penalties. So how do I do this Vanguard switch?
Time for one last push.
It's like some weird combination of a fighting game, a beat 'em up, and a traditional, well, not a traditional RPG, but an RPG nonetheless.
When the rear guard gauge fills up in battle, you can press up or down to perform a maneuver called a Vanguard switch. When you trigger the switch, rear guard will move up and trade places while attacking with their switch art. After the switch, the new Vanguard's arc gauges will be full. So this is kind of like a blade switch. In the base game, you could have like 3 blades, and when you switch out to a new blade, all of their arts are ready to go automatically. So it seems like they're kind of rolling that into here, where you have... Maybe I'll have multiple blades, I'm not sure, but I have Laura and I have Jin, and I can switch them, and the next guy is completely ready to go.
Okay.
Good way to press the attack, so bam.
You'll answer to me.
This is what's new. You can actually play as the blades in this DLC. Because in the original, you only played as like the driver.
Give me a chance too.
Whereas here, I'm actually controlling the blade, because I swapped.
I kind of understand what's going on, but I think this is like Monster Hunter, not the game itself is like Monster Hunter, but my experience with it will be like Monster Hunter, where like once I get my hands on it myself, I'll understand a lot of it.
Oh, absolutely. Xenoblade 2's combat is incredibly difficult to explain without feeling it out. I'm trying to do what I can. But I don't see anywhere where I can see Laura's HP. It'd be good to know how much she's recovered back. The special is a move that uses cooperation between team members to great effect. Using arts will in turn charge the special gauge. This is called special recharge. When the gauge is full, you can press A to use a special. Cool. So let's see what one of Jin's special... Well, I'll combo into it.
Chill stroke. Zero blade.
Bam. Bam. Alright, cool. Not very good. I fucked up some of the timings on those.
Chill stroke.
Let's swap in Laura again. Yeah, so she doesn't have full HP, which is close.
Well, the specials are like that one son of her who tried to be way better. I know there are other better examples. That's the only one that came to mind.
I'm getting caught against a tree here. I'm going to move over. You can charge the special gauge beyond level 1 all the way up to 4, whereas 1 has the Vanguard attack alone, 2, 3, and 4 are a real team effort. The first here's a free special gauge top-up, so you can try using level 4 and admire Laura and Jin's flawless coordination. This is another thing about the battles. There's a lot of, like, if you charge up stuff, like, really strong, there's a lot of little cutscenes that feel like the coolest parts of an anime fight, where there's lots of zooms and, like, camera cuts and stuff happening. And the cinematography is just really cool. So this is... They just gave me a full bar so we can show it. When using the special, a button challenge will pop up on screen. Press the right button at the right time, and the move's effect will be magnified. So here we go.
I need your help here, Jin.
Good. I'm with you.
And they work in QuickTime events in a way that actually feels good.
Ah, that's what it... I feel bad. I forgot what QuickTime events are fucking called for a segment there.
Laura!
Thank you, Jin.
Well, we've got room for improvement.
Of what?
This fighting style. It magnifies our strength, sure, but it leaves us wide open. When the sword is in my hand, you're left defenseless.
What, you won't keep me safe?
Huh?
I'll keep you safe always.
I'll keep you safe, always. You still remember that?
I've thought about it. Every day for these 17 years. I'll never forget it. The day you set me free from a life of misery.
I see.
Oh, that's a nice touch. Nice intro. Alright, feature that the arrow is pointing to is the compass. Markers on it show where Laura and her friend should go next. The number above each marker is the distance. This is pretty obvious. I know about this one. The arrow's pointing to the environmental info. Name your current area, weather and time. Minimap, I know about this. Lastly, your current objective. Alright. New tips have been added. You can check previous tutorials in the menu. Main menu system tips. I know about all this. This is stuff that's unchanged. Find your way out of the Lasaria woodland. Alright, we're running around now.
I know how difficult it is to do it, so it's never really a real critique for me, but one thing that's always a pet peeve is whenever I see the hair clip into things.
There's some clipping that goes on in this game.
Yeah.
I got right the fuck over it just because it's like...
Yeah.
It's not even like a crazy triple A. Like I guess it's triple A levels of what's the word? Budget and like team size and stuff like that, because it's a big game. Although it's actually not, the team size wasn't enormous, I don't think. But the Nintendo Switch, like, only has so much hardware, and I'm fine with this. There's, like, certain things that I just get over. It doesn't bug me. There's, like, a lot of armor pieces that clip and hair that clips that goes on in this game, but, like, once you just sort of get past it, your mind gets past it, you kind of just, like, stop noticing it, and then you just run with the aesthetics.
Oh no, yeah, I've had this problem with a lot of games. I'm not trying to put this one under the bridge for clipping hair.
Like, it happens a lot.
Had the same issue too.
It happens a lot with these types of shoulders. I've seen it in these cutscenes too, because the shoulders, like, I have the cam here, the shoulder, like, attaches to this outer part on the rig, but when you move your shoulder, like, forward, in real life, it kind of rotates forward, which means the whole thing rotates with it and, like, starts clipping into their collarbone.
I think the only 2 times I ever actually have a problem with clipping is A, is if it causes gameplay issues, or B, if it's, like, just majorly noticeable. Like, if it's something tiny like hair or clothes details, it's fine, but when it's, like, an entire character, like, oh, I can't ignore that. My immersion.
So, Lysaria is a landmark. All Rest features 3 kinds of areas: locations, landmarks, and secret areas. Instantly travel to any previously discovered landmark or secret area from the skip travel menu. So, bam.
Ooh.
Now we have a landmark, which I think if I hit minus... No, it takes me to the systems here. If I hit X, it takes me to my skip travel menu. So there we go. Lysaria Woodland. We got some exploring to do. Although, here, before I do that, I want to check what these look like. The maps have changed here. I mean, the menu backgrounds. Lysaria region. Ooh, I like this new style of map. Oh, I hope that the real Xenoblade also updated with this style of map. You can actually see where you are on the Titan.
All right,
In
that
Torna.
detail I completely forgot about.
Yeah, we're on giant living land masses.
I forgot about that. I remember hearing that about that, like, vaguely offhand when I asked somebody
Your
what the
safety is my
hell a
charge.
shulk was, like, years ago.
More trouble?
Okay. So, like, this is...
My senses are
like
heightened.
basically being treated as a brand new game, which means that I don't have all my New Game Plus benefits that I had when I was going through Xenoblade Chronicles, like the basic one. That means I'm gonna have to fight a lot of stuff to get levels up. So like it's gonna move a little bit slower
You read my mind.
than the base game did.
I know you're not much of a Final Fantasy guy, but I think during the announcement
Am I
of Final
good,
Fantasy,
friend,
the
or am I
announcement, there was a
good?
fast
Our
forward
bond
button
makes my
specifically
power
for
boundless.
grinding.
Time for one last
And I
push.
found that really funny because when I was playing Final Fantasy V, I was like, this game's really cool, but there's a lot of grinding. If only I had a fast forward button in the real games. And then, lo and behold, Square Enix is like, here you go, you fuckers.
ooh.
No, grinding's not that hard.
What is a Vanguard art acquired? Oh, I'm getting you stuff here. Vanguard art acquired Snow Blast and Sky Cleave. See, the thing is, a fast forward wouldn't work in Xenoblade because...
Yeah, because it's not turn-based.
Well, it has the active, like, battle system where you have
Yeah.
to, like, hit your button inputs. But it also, once you get more battle abilities, it rewards that. And in contrast, it punishes not using them. Like, if you just try to fight something with auto-attack damage, it will take you upwards of 10 minutes to 30 minutes for basic enemies. Like, you have to use your specials to take off big chunks. And if you start fucking with the timing on that, it's just, it's not gonna go down very well. So let me see here. I got characters. I want to see what these arts are. EXP required, total XP, the lore engine, enhance art. It's Xenoblade is also a game with a lot of menus.
One thing that's always thrown me off with Xenoblade, at least this one, I don't know if it was in 1, but I see it a lot in 2, is a lot of the art looks like they're by different artists.
That was, yeah, they do that in this game, but it's like, it's almost a selling feature, like it's a curious thing, because
Oh yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's
all
just
of the, well,
surreal.
it's actually a cool thing that they did. All of the rare blades that exist in the base game were designed by different guests artists.
Ooh.
So, like, their 2D stuff was intentionally brought in by a bunch of different people to put in character designs, and then they made them 3D with the core team for gameplay.
Because right now your little Jin, I think it is, your sidekick there.
Yeah.
He looks like a Kingdom Hearts character to me.
I think he was all of the bad guys from the first game were like designed by a Final Fantasy creator or something.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I've got Path of Thorns and Hungry Snake and Vanguard art. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so now we're getting into this stuff. So I have 2 moves now instead of just the one. Path of Thorns adds 50% after canceling and spawns a small HP potion. That's good. That gives me a heal. Rear guard arts.
Oh, that's the Vanguard arts is stuff that you use when you're playing as them.
When you are the first one, yeah. And then the rear guard are ones that I think they use automatically, but I'm not entirely sure.
Or at least the AI will have.
Lowers enemy resist rate, no special effects, but hits in a circle, and Touch Me Not is the switch art, which just does one. So when Laura switches in, she launches the enemy up. That's cool.
Ooh.
What about Jin?
I'm really liking this from an outsider's perspective.
So Jin, his Vanguard, has Chill Stroke, increases damage dealt from the back by 100. That's good, but that means that I need a tank character to hold the attention so that I can get to the back. And Snow Blast increases damage from the side. So Jin is like absolutely reliant. He's a DPS, like a killer. Depends on a tank.
And an Ice Stew too.
Freeze Bomb increases damage dealt to toppled enemies and increases damage dealt to launched enemies. So he also needs driver combos to do crazy good stuff with his rear guard arts. And Thin Ice topples. So when Jin switches in, he topples enemies. So there's something called a driver combo. I'm sure they'll get there, but like, it's something that it's like a special effect that exists on some of your moves, and it goes like break, topple, launch, smash. So you're like breaking their guard, and then you kick out their knees and topple them, which makes them easier to hit. And then you can launch them off the ground, and then you can smash them back into the ground, which does massive damage, but it's really tricky getting that lined up right. And I don't have any aux cores, and I don't have much for, what's the word? For equipment, and this is the blade's affinity chart. Every blade that you get has one of these charts, and every one of these nodes has its own conditions to unlock it.
Like
so
a skill tree.
There's a lot of stuff in here.
I kind of like skill trees, kind of like this. I think Watch Dogs tried doing something like this, but that's Ubisoft, and like Ubisoft likes trying to do good ideas and then doesn't really successfully pull that across. But
Depends on the game. Mario Rabbids was awesome the whole way through.
All right, follow my lead.
I won't
I hadn't tried that one. I know there are exceptions, but like with Watch Dogs, it felt like the skill tree thing wasn't.
I like.
But a lot of people don't like Watch Dogs.
I like this battle music too. Like it starts off with just some like jazzy piano.
My senses are heightened.
Oh hell yes! Look at that! I just got a launch. You see that? The guy like flew up in the air. I think that was Jin that did that.
Don't overdo
Oh
it.
god! Wow, Laura's about to die. Swap in, Jin. Thank you.
Snow Blast.
Maybe I
They
can.
may have dumb
not
names, but
working
they're
out.
fucking intimidating.
They absolutely are.
Chill Stroke.
I like the
Bam.
way this
Okay,
is
so I
going.
got that from the back this time. Look at that. It was like 97
You
damage.
need
It's good
healing.
shit.
If I don't do it, no one will.
Okay,
Go.
come on, come on, come on. Get that move. Bam. All right, swap over.
Watch
Laura.
my back.
Don't
It's
overdo it.
diminished a little by the fact that
fine.
she's level 2,
Just
so now I'm
fine.
just thinking, oh, level
I can
higher
still
level's gonna
improve.
look like.
I have to.
Oh, dude. If you haven't ever run around in a Xenoblade game, don't worry, you will be forever intimidated. Like, it's actually a tradition at this point that in the first area you go, like the first big area you go to, there is a massive level 85 gorilla just running around that
Oh,
you're probably
God.
gonna run into, and it's probably gonna kill you.
Oh, they're running from battles?
No, it's just romping around the field having a grand old time. And when it sees you, it gets hungry.
Oh, God.
Hello, Dar. It's here. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the story is amazing. That's good because I everything about Xenoblade I love for this. That's not true. I love Xenoblade in large part due to the story, but it's not everything.
Oh. I think we've been
There's
spotted.
usually a hook for me, even if the story is not that I don't care about stories. It's just like if the characters are really fun to hang out with, I don't care what the fucking story there is.
Oh yeah, you are going to fucking adore Xenoblade Chronicles 2 then. The large like consensus among fans seems to be that like the story in Xenoblade 1 was overall more epic and had a few like better deliveries on its themes, but the characters in 2 are way more like just earnest and real, and you get more time with them and they get more fleshed out.
I think we've been spotted.
Alright, so I'm fighting 2 wolves this time. Need to charge up that art. I want to charge up the second one because I want to try canceling them into each other.
My senses are heightened.
Okay, right. So I actually can't do that yet because I forgot that that's something on Laura's affinity chart that you have to unlock. Like that's a driver skill that you don't get by default.
Catch.
Anyway, Jin, you take this one. I already really like this concept of like switching out who you're controlling, because this is a thing that you couldn't do mid-fight in the base game. Like, you can change who you're running around with and thus who you're controlling on the map, but it's an outside of battle thing. So in this, if I can like get it so that there's multiple blades, I could essentially change who I'm fighting with to like 3 or 4 different characters, and that has the potential to be awesome.
All right, follow my lead.
I think Final
Laura,
Fantasy
stay
did
close.
something like that that's less than
It
the early
bounced.
games, you can only switch out parties if you're like doing like 5 menus.
I'll protect you.
Things, and then
Thanks.
in 15, I believe you could at any time out of your party at 4.
Break.
Alright, so give me that health potion there. Bam.
But it didn't have special like switch art.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes! Sorry, just I'm figuring out I can set up like parts of my own driver combos here because one of Laura's moves gives a break, and then when I switch over to Jin, his switch art is a topple. So just with that, I can knock a guy down and make it easier to hit.
Dream team
Try
confirmed.
harder. Think you can keep up?
Level 2 special. Let's go.
Blade.
Bam. Ice shard bullets. Hell yeah.
Shoot him with your ice gun.
Which is my hand.
Yes. If it makes you feel better, make your hand look like a gun. Just point 1 or 2 fingers at him.
Spoiling for a fight. Happy
Ooh,
to oblige.
Night Magra
I guess
quad
they
wing.
had backup.
It's an owl with 4 wings.
So what is the time of day? Do you exactly?
When it changes from day to night or like dawn or whatever it is, different monsters will like spawn according to what period of the day you're at.
Ah, kind of. Not
Gimme.
really
With
like
you there.
Zelda didn't really
Indeed.
do that with it, but kind of like what I
Catch. Laura.
In a sense.
No blast.
For the most part, like bigger, scarier monsters tend to come out at night.
Dream team
So
confirmed.
you're safer to
Think
explore
you
in the
can
day.
keep up, Laura?
It's more like
Oh,
WrestleMania 2, if anything.
Jin just unlocked his third art. It's got a pierce. I don't know what that does, but I want to see it.
Star Slash.
Oh, it probably cuts through defenses, because I just mostly killed that wolf in 1 attack. Alright, so before you even get to the first, like, story beat, if you kill things, it seems like they fill out your art so that you have access to, like, a full suite of combat abilities. That's a good touch. I like that, because now I don't have empty buttons.
That's cool.
So reduces 50% of aggro towards a user on landing a hit. That's spinning wheel. So Laura, too, is not supposed to be a tank. Sundance increases backstab damage and halves aggro. Ooh. Oh, it's a buff. Oh, okay, so that's it. So she gives that to Jin. Jin has... His new moves are... Star Slash adds a 50% chance to annul defenses. And rear guard arts. Frost Break, it does nothing. It just hits straight ahead, but it's a magic attack. Actually, all of his stuff is magic attacks. Okay, cool. Do I have anything for the affinity chart yet? Defeat an Arlo Capiba in the secluded Boneway in Torna, etc. So I haven't found that enemy yet. And then collect stuff. 0 out of 10. What about Laura? Laura's affinity chart works differently. It's not that you have certain criteria you have to meet. It's that you get points from battle, and then you can spend them here. So increases
That's
agility by 20 is a dodge rate. I could also... That's the only one I can afford right now. I think
noticed hers is smaller too.
Yeah, so because drivers and blades are a little bit different in the base game. Like, you always use drivers. So, you only have 5 of them. So, they have this chart, which takes longer to unlock, but it gives them, like, basic user skills, like higher strength, or higher dexterity, or, like, certain battle abilities, like when you raise a teammate, they get more HP or something like that. Whereas the blades have stuff that's more specific to them. Like, Jin's here is increases damage dealt from the back by this one certain attack by 130%. Increases damage dealt by 40% on every Vanguard switch.
Ah, okay.
So the blades are, in essence, weapons. And the blades' affinity charts thus have to do with, like, field skills and straight-up combat abilities. Whereas the drivers' charts are more about stats. If that makes sense.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, I know who this little dude is.
What happened? Are you alone?
Looks like the only survivor. These burn patterns don't look like Malice's handiwork. Must have been humans. Looting and pillaging while the world burns.
Hey, it's okay. Would you like to come with us? You don't have to worry, really. We're all good people. Promise.
Can you walk? You can. Good going.
I don't know if it's really okay that his whole village burned down and he's the only one left alive, Laura, but it's fine.
And your family?
That was my concern as well.
Were they there with you? Should we go back and...
Mikhail.
Just like, how do we
My
know this
name
kid's
is
not an
Mikhail.
accident? Oh,
Oh, right. I'm Laura. And he's...
I don't have a family. I was sold to this village from Estem,
Oh.
so I'm all alone.
I see. Right then. Starting today, we're going to be your new family. We'll take you back to our friends and...
You people? You're strangers. You don't have to pretend to care.
You don't beat around the bush, do you? He's gonna be a handful, this one. Though really, I was just the same once. Very well. Friends first then, not family. How's that sound?
Laura,
What's up?
I'll scout the area. Look after him.
Oh, of course. Be careful. And Jin.
I know.
There's the mask. Not sure what's the point of it, but okay. What's up, Indal?
What was that you said, Baldric?
The Cian capital of Omrantha has fallen. Or rather, it was annihilated. Praetor Redalis.
So it has come to pass after all.
Respectfully, you aren't much of an actor, Eminence. It appears you are not surprised at all. We heard disturbing rumors circling among the Magisters. Amalthus, whom you recently elevated to Quester, People wonder if this calamity has anything to do with that man's blade. With such extraordinary power, is it really wise to,
No matter whose power affected it, it is sure to serve the greater glory of Indal. The architect will surely be pleased.
Eminence, do you believe it can be controlled?
If it cannot, I will let him take the blame. I have spoken. Thank you for your report, Magister Baldric. You may return to your duties.
It makes sense there's a different Praetor. The game is 500 years before the original. I was gonna say I like him, but he already seems like a real schemy asshole.